You see all at once how very insignificant you are and how very important you are. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot, and this is your monthly, very late monthly, reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whichever area of your chart you're wanting to look at. And of course, if you don't know what the areas of your chart are, there is a link down below in the description for a free birth chart. All you need to know is your place, an exact time or near enough time of birth. Now, there's also a link down there for the Facebook group for my channel. That way you can contact me directly and privately, you know, if it's not in the comments down below. But yeah, please do comment down below. I am offering readings now, so all the details are on that page. I also, if YouTube notifications aren't always as good as they're supposed to be, then I always post whatever videos I post on that Facebook page, plus a lot of the astrology videos that I'm watching, so you can see the same information as I'm seeing, as I'm learning about it. Now, obviously, it's a general reading, so general reading rules apply. You know, roles can be reversed, timing's hardly absolute. Energies, well, gender is not specific. I talk about energies rather than people, so masculine and feminine energies rather than male and female people. But where my readings are different is this comes as a job lot, whereas some readers say, or have the freedom in their spread to go, take what resonates, leave the rest. My spread, it has a past and a present. If the past and the present do not fit, it's not for you. Go and watch your moon sign or your rising sign, especially your rising sign. You should always watch your rising sign. In ancient astrology, that was the most important of the signs. But obviously, I'm not reading for every single Aquarius on the planet, but with my viewing figures, that's not a worry. The other thing is, I would like you to come to this reading with a question. So, pause the video if you have to. Take a moment to think about all the questions that are around you at the moment. Choose one of them and focus on it, because energy in, energy out. The focus helps. But be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer whatever they please to, and not what you or I think is the important one. So, any other details about the reading is down in the description below. If you do go and have a look, press subscribe while you're there. I'm a new channel. Every subscriber helps right now. Well, every subscriber helps, full stop. And if you support and watch other readers on YouTube as well, subscribe to them as well. Right, so that's my good deed for the day done. No, I'm going to do better good deeds than that. But let me bring up the cards. Now, I do feel that this reading today, Aquarius, is for somebody who is already on, well, I want to say the path, but of course the path is different for all of us. But there is something that you have been nurturing, that has been inspired recently. It's been inspired by a sense of magic, by a sense of wonder, by a sense of looking down upon it all from a great height and going, now I see what I need to do. And this is something that you have been nurturing to bring into the physical world, bring into the 3D reality. But this is, whether you know it or not, this is causing a transformation in you. And let's face it, you doubted it a little bit at first, because it's like, yeah, can I trust this information? Can I trust this urge? Because, yeah, it's Mercury retrograde has just passed. Of course you were doubting any information that was coming to you, but you already had the clarity that gave you the perspective to look down from a great height, or to be inspired by spirit, by the goddess, by the moon, whichever. We have on the oracle cards that flipped out on the shuffle, where you will see my shuffle, no, that side, you will see the shuffle video going at the minute, no doubt. We have mysticism, which is what links with this moon and judgment. It's quite possible that you're going through some form of We'll see what the clarification cards say. I don't want to say you're going through a form of initiation right now, because most initiations are traumatic in some way, shape or form. And just yet, I'm not seeing trauma. I'm seeing you getting on with it. But we have, and here's a potential for the more traumatic aspects of initiation. We have rain with purification. That, looking down from a great height, has given you this perspective to go, yeah, that thing there that I've been doing for ages, not important. We have Gaia with nurturing. I've already covered that issue. But we have, there's a lot here. Perseverance. Now, where did I thought I saw it? Yes, we have perseverance on the bottom of the deck. So this, now that you have set foot on this path, now that you have gone, right, this is what I'm going to bring into being, stick with it. Because yes, there are challenges coming, but that's okay, because you're going into the Emperor and the Magician. So the Emperor is an Aries card, so it could mean that a lot of things are going to be taking off come Aries season, which, as I film this, is 5 days away. But there's also the coming into your own power, again, the Emperor, and then followed straight after by the Magician. So definitely coming into your own power with some skill as well. It's not just that you have the authority, you have the skill to wield that authority. But you do have to be knowing why you're doing it. Water Guardian, connect with your emotions, but you're doing a good job of that at the moment, because in the way that you are feeling right now, we have the Knight of Cups. Let's see what this is. Right, you have a new dream or a new path forward that you feel reasonably good about now. I mean, yeah, you had doubts, but you've almost gone, right, no, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to stick with this. It feels right, even though some of the information was a little bit misty and a little bit muddy when it came my way. But no, this feels right. I'm going to go ahead with this. I'm going to make a commitment to it. And you're feeling that your efforts are being recognised. But there's a lot of work involved in this. This is indeed a journey that you are on, Odysseus with the journey. The first oracle card to come out was confidence is the key to success. So this is why, before I go into the clarification cards, why I'm stressing the major message of this spread. Because you do have the strength to go through this. Yeah, it does seem to keep warning of the qualities that you need to overcome some form of challenge, but I've not seen the challenge itself yet. But we have the Night King here on the Judgment card. But strangely, he feels like an enemy who is helping you. You know, he's stood there going, I am a force of nature. I am a hostile force of nature. Come, enter my camp. See what resources I have available for you. You know, so there's, because you want to go, oh yeah, undead evil thing, but that's not how I feel about him. He is simply a force of nature. If you look at the role that he could have played within the Game of Thrones storyline, he could have unified the Seven Kingdoms together, which I think he managed to unify 5 of them for 3 minutes. But, you know, hey-ho. We have Bellerophon with humility. And I think, again, there's that sense of, with the humility of the looking down from a great height. Oh my God. You remember I said there was something that you've gone, yeah, I've been doing that for ages and it's really not important. I'm not going to do it anymore because it's just not important. You see all at once how... Now here's an empowering statement I'm about to say. You see all at once how very insignificant you are and how very important you are. Okay, so it's both at the same time. Insignificant because you're one tiny speck of dust on a tiny little planet in a tiny solar system right on the outskirts of a galaxy, blah, 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 blah. Important because your actions have effects, and let's fall back on the old homily of we are all made of stardust, and that includes you, because there ain't nothing material in this universe that isn't made of stardust. But you have been called to reduce what it is you are focusing upon. And this is where Sekhmet with reduction, but also Sekhmet is one of the names or visages of Black Panther's Panther God in Marvel Comics. So I've really, and I don't normally get that because there's so much else to do with Sekhmet. But you know, I'm a comics pod. I mean, does it show? And that sense of duty, that sense of the Panther God is the thing remaining in the darkness, which is both an empowering thing and a scary thing. Much like the Night King on this Judgment card here. It is a force of nature. You are using nature. It's almost like people talk about the battle between love and fear. Well, there's a lot going on in the world at the minute that's making people scared. Let's be quite honest. You know, there's social distancing, self-isolating for 4 months and all of this business. A little dollop of fear, just a small one, means that you are more careful than headstrong. That you go, oh, do I need to wash my hands? Oh, do we need to shake hands, or can we just smile really warmly at one another? You know, there's just tiny, tiny little steps. So where that fear is a good thing. If it's paralyzing you or making you blind to something, then it's a bad thing. But everything in its place. Think about the yin and yang symbol. There's a dot of the other one in each half. So a tiny little bit of fear is just called common sense. You know, so this reduction, the Panther God outside the cave, is something that you can use to your advantage at the moment if you heed its call, if you take its invitation, where the Night King is here saying, come, enter my camp, transform. And I feel that you don't feel too bad about this because you can keep your own boundaries. It's not like you're suddenly going to join the Night King's army or you're going to go outside the cave and get eaten by the panther. It's, no, I can do this. I can carry straight on with this. Because next to reduction, we had 88. Can't remember what angel message that is, 88, but abundance. That's pretty clear. There's good things coming to you. This recognition is going to sort something out for you. Right, so now that I've done the basics, so you had some clarity come to you, a whole new dream that, so this clarity, this information, which is before you had your almost mystical experience, or mystical experience, quite possibly, the change came in, the dream was already starting to be born before you had that mystical experience, that looking down from on high, which gave you a wonderful clarity. Look, Ace of Swords above, what is obvious in the situation, Ace of Swords below. And yes, you're going to be swimming upstream or falling from a great height once you finish looking up there, but that's okay. That really is okay, because you do have the determination, although you have been examining all the information that has been coming to you, but this new path forward in and of itself is an empowering sense of wish fulfillment. Whether you achieve whatever your goal is irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant, as we had with Odysseus with the journey. Although I think with Odysseus it mattered a bit more than that. Yeah, here he is. But whether you achieve the goal that you're aiming for does not matter. The wish fulfillment that you have been granted, the empowering energies that you have been granted, has come from setting on the path of aiming for this goal. Whether you get the goal or not is irrelevant. It's doing this and being this is the important thing. So you are nurturing, you are nurturing and waiting for the exact right moment, but the right moment is now. You're the High Priestess here with the Temperance card here and the Twin Serpent Caduceus up the what's the word? Trunk of the tree. It's not even early. I can't use that excuse. It's saying, right, now is the time. You are seeing the strategic window of, yes, now I can do it. Yes, now I can transform using the Panther God or using the Night King, using that fear as well as the love and the care and the strategy and the practical common sense. Because yes, it is, you are manifesting right now, and things are manifesting around you right now. And yes, there's that Aries vibe here as well. So I don't know if there is an Aries around you assisting you, or the season of Aries is where this really, really takes off for you. Just to use an example, I suppose, if you suddenly started a hand sanitizer business, then that would be a good time for the season of Aries, eh? But I think it's a little bit more than just making a fast buck, but getting the hand sanitizer out there to the people who require it. That's a good goal. That's the higher vibrations of that goal. So not that I'm saying you're doing a hand sanitizer business, but you keep uncovering levels of what it is that you have been inspired to do, and that whether it's a gap in the market or an action that you want to take or a goal that you're aiming for, a campaign that you're working on, whatever. You keep seeing slightly higher and slightly higher and slightly higher vibrations of what it is that you are trying to do. Because however high it was when you look down from a great perspective, there's still more information coming from that experience. And remember, especially if it was a mystical type experience, relive it through your memory. In your memory is where the sensory organ for a lot of this spooky stuff exists. It's in your memory. So walking through it again, you may find something new. Now, whether you believe that it's your imagination or it was originally there in your memory or spirits just put it there, does it matter if it works? Simple as that. If it adds to what you are trying to do, crack on, because there is victory coming your way. So in the open, visible world, we have, right, you are being divinely guided, but you are also going with something here. Remember I was saying there's something where you're going, yeah, I don't need to do that anymore. Well, that's coming in where you just go, yep, that cup can go, because there's no point, because I've got this to concentrate on now. This that is going to bring me the security, bring me turn my winter into spring. Oh, I suppose that's another Night King reference then, isn't it? Because, yeah, winter's been here. Winter's on its way out now, where you are coming into your power. And there is victory coming your way. Your ships will be coming in. And how can I put it? The wisdom and experience of you going along this path is worth every step. Like I say, it doesn't really matter if you achieve your goal at the end or not. It's the effect it is having on you and the effect it is having quite possibly on people around you. But you still need to be just a tiny bit aware of things that you may need to cut out. However, I do believe that you have got a firm foundation to offer something to yourself, to those around you. If this is a business thing, it's a good proposal. But the proposal that you are making does put a burden on your shoulders briefly. Now, nearly every reading I've done so far in these monthlies has had the Ten of Wands somewhere in this column, which I think echoes the burdens of the current situation in the world is taking on us. But you have such a good foundation with it as well. This is good stuff here. So you can doubt the dream and ignore what has been said to you already, but there is going to be change. You're aware that there's going to be change. Yeah, you've had some change, and there will be change again. So like I say, this is a path that there is an end to this path, which is not the end of the path, but there is an end to this current path. That if you're successful at the end of it, great. If you're not successful at the end of it, also great, because of what you've learned and what you've experienced. The journey is everything. But if you ignore this opportunity, there is change coming your way anyway. Full stop. So you might as well take this opportunity to really get the best out of that change when it arrives, because that will give you a commitment, whether it's you making a commitment or somebody making a commitment to you. Because there is I know one reader says the Two of Wands is a partnership card and a soulmate card. I do see the matter of agency in this particular card, because there's Daenerys watching her dragon fly. So it's like you've nurtured something into being, and you are sending it out ready for those ships to come back in, that come back in the Three of Wands. And here we have the Five of Stones with it, which people can often say is a poverty card. But no, look, all this poor girl has to work with in the middle of a thunderstorm on the side of a mountain is a tiny little cave or crevasse, and she's still managed to bring a fire. She's still managed to bring hope. She's still managed to give herself warmth. She has made the best of everything that she's been given and excelled. So somebody around you is trying to protect what is theirs, or they are seeing you acting to protect what is theirs, but they're also aware of how fast things are moving for you. And I believe that there is somebody who approves of what you are trying to bring into being and what you are nurturing. What I think you're worried maybe a little too much about the conflict that this new path can set you on. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I really wouldn't worry, because you have got growth and verdancy on this path. You're not giving anything up by doing it. Yeah, I said there's a few things that you're cutting out, but you should have been cutting them out anyway, so you're not giving anything up that you need. There's no real sense here of sacrifice with a capital S. You know, you're not giving up your firstborn, your fortune, your home, your what have you. You're giving up time and you're giving up effort, but you are not giving it up. You are just simply giving it, because you're having a whale of a time doing this. And even when you're not having a whale of a time doing it, you get home, you sit down at the end of the day, and you know that you're having a whale of a time having done it, where you can sit down and go, I'm so glad I got all that done. I'm really pleased I got all that done. I've seen what I've done today. Whether doing it was enjoyable or not, the having done it is enjoyable. And you will be finding your own inner light through this. You're not on your own here. That's a really important thing. You will require strength, but you are not on your own here. There are friends that are around you. There are people who will bring you... Okay, there's people on your side and there's people not on your side. Hey-ho, that's life. But I do feel that those who can have slightly sharp tongues will be made to eat their words. Okay, so I don't think you need to distance yourself from anybody specifically. That there may be certain... When I said you've got to cut things out, I feel it's more topics and actions rather than whole people. And if there is someone trying to pull you onto this one topic, all you need to do is say no. You don't need to say, there's the door, no. Just, no, I'm not doing that. I'm doing my own thing right now. Let's get back to that later. You know, it's... So, let's see what we've got here. The guardian angel of creativity. Creative energy flows from me the more I choose to express my feelings. Remember, there was that Knight of Cups. There's a King of Cups somewhere. Where was the King of Cups? You're coming into an emotional resolution that's already it's already in place. Do you know what I mean? This emotional resolution that you were required, you're not going to get it from this reading. You've already had it the moment you had that realization that led to some form of mystical experience or the looking down from a higher perspective. Before I do the oracle cards, I best have a look at what the relevant distant past was. Okay, so... Oh, this is a bit... There was a time before where you thought everything was going really, really happily, but you were left very much on your own and having to take cover because of things that you lost. It's almost like it was torn away from you. But that was the right time for learning. That was the right time for observing. But there was a harvest that was planted then that you are harvesting right now. So this new project that you're working on at the moment, the whys of this new project are not new. You know, these are years old. This is another expression of something that you've always felt would be the right thing to do. We have the angel of the miracle of love. I am brought alive by the miracle of love. Purity, once more. Azrael, the angel of death. So change coming in. There is change recently and there is change coming in, whether you like it or not. So you might as well go on this path, because if you're not on it, the world's going to put you on some path or another. Take control of it. Have courage. Make a difference. You are being given encouragement. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. You've been... This is great. I love these oracle cards. You have been training for this for lifetimes. Now is the time. Sekhmet once again. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength here, assures a happy outcome. You just simply need to know that the obstacles that come towards you are blessings. There are plenty of possibilities for you to be working with. You are grounding something into the real world. And yeah, some of the things that you've been doing have to be secret at the moment, but that's strategy. And it's not secret, it's private. There's a big difference between the two. But this is something that is inspired. Today I choose hope. Affirmation card. Today I choose hope is saying your success is almost irrelevant because of the gains that you will get on the journey. I think that's what I might call the reading, the gains of the journey. And we have... There's just one warning here with, I can never pronounce this goddess's name, Guabankex. I'm going to have to find out how to pronounce that. With wrath. Now, she is a guardian in her own way, but she demands respect, demands it. So I think the project that you are working upon also demands respect. But to a certain point, you need to know where you are being respected as well. Because this, as much as you've been shown this project, you can look at it in the terms of the project has chosen you. And by choosing you, it is showing you that respect. And ensure that that carries on. So, if this means anything to you, Aquarius, please do comment down below. Press subscribe while you're there. Your next reading will probably be the new moon readings, because I don't think I'm going to get a chance to get the waning moon readings out. But in the meantime, talk to me via Facebook, comment down below, press subscribe. Good luck. Dedicate yourself to this because it's well worth it. All right? Cheers.